I would like to explain to everyone once and for all that Belly did not believe that she and Jeremiah were officially dating and were officially a couple. Okay? Because this reaction that she has to Jeremiah getting this vehemently upset at her kissing Conrad, she is genuinely shocked. She's genuinely shocked. She did not think that it would hurt him because she didn't think that they were that serious. Exhibit A. It is explained to us that Conrad was Nicole's date to the Deb Ball the previous summer. Yet there was no relationship between them. They were not boyfriend and girlfriend. Otherwise, why is it that we've only heard about Aubrey being Conrad's first girlfriend, first breakup? And for those who are still confused about Conrad saying that he cheated on Nicole, Nicole says herself she did not believe they were in a relationship. She believed this could actually be something. And both of them clarify and validate with each other that Conrad did lead her on. But that is a very different thing entirely than actually cheating on somebody that you actually are in a relationship with. And Connie Baby took full accountability for it and owned up to it and apologized for it. And Nicole further clarifies, okay, because Conrad was like, oh man, like, I led you on, I really hurt your feelings, it was this big, huge thing. And Nicole clarifies, no, you didn't hurt my feelings, you just wasted my time. It really was not that big of a deal. Exhibit B also went to the Deb Ball together, and they were literally hot and heavy with each other. Like that level of physical intimate, way beyond 3 kisses, okay? Way beyond 3 kisses. Super physically intimate with one another when Shayla asked Steven to be her date to the Deb Ball. And yet, Shayla also acknowledged that although it was a really crappy thing for Steven to do, kissing Taylor, she also acknowledged they were not exclusive. Just because he was her date to the Deb Ball did not mean they had had a conversation yet clarifying that they were officially an exclusive couple. And they had had way more than 3 kisses, okay? She even goes so far as to say Debs aren't even supposed to date their escorts. Being somebody's date to the Deb Ball does not inherently imply that you're in an exclusive relationship. Belly had only asked Jeremiah to be her date to the Deb Ball. That is all she asked of him and clarified with him. Taylor is someone who, like Jeremiah, except it's not like Jeremiah, because for Taylor it actually was a years-long experience, but okay, let's go with this train of thought. Taylor is someone who, like Jeremiah, liked Steven and felt, neglected, unseen, hidden away in the shadows, wanted to get Steven's attention, moved in on Steven, kissed Steven, even though she saw that he was interested in Shayla. He was interested in another girl and on track to be in a relationship with Shayla. She moves in, kisses him, and you know what? Do you know what Taylor's response and reaction is? She realizes it was a bad idea and a crappy thing to do. And they both acknowledge it to each other. And she also acknowledges it to Belly, because Taylor understands that her actions that night hurt more people than just, herself. It affected Steven. It affected Belly. It affected Shayla. And she seems to have understood that, at least to some degree. And Taylor tells us in season 2 that this really hurt her feelings. This rejection crushed her. But you never see in season 2, you never see Taylor screaming at Steven or acting entitled to him. She's liked him for forever. And we never see Taylor screaming like this. So this is the point. This is what I'm getting at, my friends, is that the context of his rage, like, yes, He is very valid for feeling upset, but he knew full well that Belly and Conrad had had a deeper connection with each other for years. He knew that. He knew that. He should have known that 3 kisses don't weigh more than 16 years worth of experiences that Belly had had with Conrad. Okay? It's not a race. It's not whose lips touched hers first. And it's about like the cognitive understanding he had and what he physically witnessed between Belly and Conrad, chose to sabotage, chose to move in on Belly the next day when she was vulnerable, chose to risk his friendship with her to insist on having a romantic relationship the boy should have known was doomed from the beginning. And then, after everything, he only was ever her date to the Deb ball. That's all that Belly asked him to be, right? She never said we're boyfriend, girlfriend. And this boy has the audacity to hold on to this rage and bottle it up and deliberately stonewall and punish her and refuse to reconcile with her after she tries time and time and time again to reconcile with him. He refuses, and he explodes with rage on her after bottling it up for an entire year. That's not normal, okay? None of these characters perceived these summer romances to be the same. Even Steven and Shayla, when they did become exclusive, Shayla literally dumped Steven right after the summer ended. So, like, obviously it wasn't that serious. Like, obviously. To everyone else, it was clear. And to Jeremiah, the king of hooking up with like a million gajillion people and bragging about it, it should have been clear. And it truly is his own fault that it wasn't. And his reaction is completely out of proportion. He had every right to feel angry. That was valid. But the proportion of it is what's so bad and so manipulative and so toxic. And the fact that he jumped to assumptions. He puts his hand on her and is like, I think we should tell Conrad about us, as though they are already in us. She never said that they were. She never agreed. She just said, will you be my date? That's it. That's it. He is the one acting so entitled and assuming, oh yeah, well, we're a relationship. We should tell Conrad about us. When they've only been together a sum total of maybe like 5 days now, like a week that they've like been kissing each other is what I mean. After he like knowingly sabotaged their chance to get with each other, he then has the audacity to scream, you and Conrad are already a we? Like do you not see the hypocrisy of it? Like, that's what it is with him. It's the hypocrisy of what he's angry about and how he doesn't see how his actions hurt multiple people.